Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shayna, and tonight I'm going to be doing a very long-awaited video on the Halloween Oracle. And I say long-awaited because even though this may not be new to you, this may not be new to many people at all, it is new to me. This was originally published, I believe, in 2014. This is this year's edition, however, the reprint, so this is 2019's reprint. Now, I actually came across this oracle last year, and it was right after Halloween, and even though this deck can be used all through the year, it does not need to be used just for Halloween. She just uses Halloween symbolism and things of that sort as inspiration for the cards, but you can definitely use this throughout the year. But being that it is called the Halloween Oracle, something in me just really didn't want to, buy it at that time of year. I really wanted to wait until it was, around Halloween, because I felt like it'd be more exciting, and of course, it is way more exciting than if I had been getting it like right now around Christmas time or summer or whatever. So I waited almost an entire year, and I just ordered this Friday. I received it Saturday. I couldn't wait. I already opened it. I've already checked it out. I've already went through the guidebook, but I did put the cards back in order, and I am ready to show you guys. So this is a deck that is it's by Stacy Demarco, and it was published by Blue Angel Publishing, which I have two other decks that were published by Blue Angel, and I mean, they're great. Their cardstock is great. The boxes are, great, sturdy boxes. They always have these little thumb indents or these little thumb grips here for the box to open the box up. I love it. So I'm not going to read the whole back, but I am going to read just a small portion of this just so you can get an idea of this. Okay, so it says, festivals of the dead like Halloween have been celebrated for thousands of years across many different world cultures. They serve to honor those who have passed and to celebrate death as a natural part of life and an opportunity to welcome in a new beginning. During Samhain, the ancient Celtic festival from which Halloween originates, the veil between this world and the next was believed to be at its thinnest, and so since the very beginning, Halloween has been an occasion for effective and potent divination, a chance to connect with the other side or get a glimpse into your future. So I just wanted to read that little part there. She just has some example cards, or some illustrations of the cards up here. And again, like I said, lifting the veil between the worlds every night. And that's why it says every night, because it's not just for Halloween, guys. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit. Oh, can you see my lovely little sign? It says, a witch lives here with her little monsters. My son got that for me. He came home with it this weekend. Well, all the kids got it, but my son picked it out. Okay. Ooh, okay. So how do you guys like my little setup here? All my little trinkets. I got these little pumpkins and the skull head from Dollar Tree. Okay. This cloth is actually making me dizzy looking at it. It's like really crazy, but I don't know if it doesn't seem that way on camera, but okay, so let's get into this. Again, I love Blue Angel Publishing. I love them. The back of this says $22.95. I actually got this for $18 and some change on Amazon. So my total was like $19 and some change, and it says here, yeah, this printing is 2019, but it was originally published in 2014. Okay, so let's get into this. You know what it looks like? Yeah. I didn't know my puppies, they had gotten hold of this when it was sitting next to me on the couch. I didn't realize that they actually got their teeth marks in it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the inside of the box is just a solid orange. On camera it's coming up like a yellow orange, but this is actually it's an orange. It's definitely an orange. So that is the lid. Let's see, good stay. Okay, so let's start with the guidebook. And like I said, I've went through this already. I mean, I didn't read through the entire thing, but, you know, I was a little disappointed that it was so thin, because usually with the Blue Angel Publishing Company, when they publish their decks, they usually have a pretty thick book. I know definitely with the Rumi Oracle, it was a very thick book, and I really appreciate that. But it says, this deck is dedicated to all those who still love to play on All Hallows Eve. May the jack-o'-lanterns burn brightly for you. So she's got contents, and then Trick or Treat, Truth or Dare, a little about the scariest night of the year. So she talks a little bit about Halloween. I actually did not read that part. How to use the deck, the single card divination, and then she's got 3-card spread here, which she calls the Halloween 3-card draw, and then she has the jack-o'-lantern divination. It's supposed to represent 2 eyes, nose, and teeth of a scary jack-o'-lantern. So, the jack-o'-lantern divination, sorry. Okay, dedicating your cards, so then she just explains a little bit on how, I guess, to like cleanse your cards. And then here we are, we get into the cards. Okay, so we start with, we have a little illustration here on each page, and she has a little quote here that's on the cards actually. So you have the name of the card, a little quote, and then she has a little poem. So for this one, Ancestors, it's the love and legacy of our DNA. I walk in their footsteps, their wisdom inside me remains. I am unique, yet carry a legacy. Their blood runs in my veins. And then she goes on to give the history of whatever is on the card. Okay, so she'll give a history of, you know, ancestry, or the history of apple and the symbolism of apples and such. Then she will give just a very brief explanation of what that card means. And if we have time, I will draw a card so that you can see that. So she does that for each card, and there's about a page for each card. Some go over. I don't think there's a whole lot here in the back. Yeah. So after the cards, you just have about the author, and then I guess that's her. And then they give you some other example decks from the Blue Angel Publishing Company, which Earth Power is an oracle that I've been thinking of getting also. So that's your guidebook. Pretty, you know, simple, to the point. It's nice. I do wish it had a little bit more in it, but oh well. Okay. So let's pull the cards out. They're not numbered, but that's okay. This is the back. Now, I do agree that this is a little, like, a little juvenile, or like a little, I don't want to say immature, but compared to the images on the cards, it just seems a little bit more of like an adult deck, and then the backs just kind of remind me of like a child's book, or, you know, a child's card. But, you know, it doesn't bother me that much. The only difference I did notice is the cardstock is a little bit more flimsy than that of the Blue Angel Publishing decks that I have previously bought. They were a little bit thicker. This was published this year, and of course, you know, everybody's getting cheaper and cheaper with their things, so it is a little bit, I noticed when shuffling, and if I have time, like I said, I'll show you. I don't want to mix them up, but they are a little bit flimsier than the other decks that I have from this publishing company. Okay. So I'm gonna put them down and we're gonna pick them up. So we've got Ancestors, very beautiful, beautiful cards. Apple, Risk and Reward, Barmbrack, Sweetness and Synergy. So for those of you that don't know what barmbrack is, it's like a sweet bread that they bake. I can't remember where it came from, but it was from somewhere that this was a ritual, or not, I'm sorry, a ritual, a tradition to bake this bread, and they would put either a ring inside, or there was a few different things that they would put inside of the bread, and when, you know, someone received the bread, whatever was inside that bread would say whether or not what they get. Like, for instance, if they found the ring in the bread, then they would, I think that meant that they would have great fortune, and then, you know, if they found something else, it would mean that they wouldn't have good fortune, something of that nature. But if you look it up, you'll get more information, and they tell you in the book, she tells you in the book as well. Black Cat, Fortune Meets Opportunity. Now this card to me kind of, before I looked, because I did go through it and try to get like my first impressions of the deck, and this kind of reminded me of like the Wheel of Fortune card from the tarot. So it does say in the book that this is good luck, but my intuition kind of told me that it could go either way. So good luck, bad luck, sort of like the just the wheel of, you know, life. Cauldron, Synergy and Healing. I'm just going to go a little faster because I'm running out of time. I always do. Dawn, The Light After the Darkness. I really like this one a lot. Well, I'll talk about that a little bit later. Death, The Eternal Cycle Begins Here. Eternal Love. Forgiveness. Ghost, which is regret. Graveyard is actually the first card that I drew when I first got the deck, and drew a card. Unnecessary Fear. So of course that's definitely me. I'm always being told I need to let go of fears. Hearth, Happiness in Our Hearts and Homes. Invisibility, Authenticity. Jack-o'-lantern, Protection. Joy, Rejoicing in the Present. Lady de los Muertos, which I believe is Lady of the Dead. The Lamp. Midnight. Mummy. Night Song. Owl. Scrying. Skeleton. Skull of Darkness. Skull of Flowers. Now, this is sort of like the idea of the phoenix, creating through the ashes. So that's what this card talks about, kind of how like the phoenix burns and then, you know, rises from its ashes. I was gonna say, I hope that we don't have to kill any ants in this video. And of course, I swear I cannot get rid of them. It doesn't matter what I do. Okay, Skull of Light. We're not gonna waste time on ants. Skull of Stars. Infinite Possibilities. Spider. Trick or Treat. The Underworld. Vampire, Emotional Intelligence. This is about being emotionally drained. The Veil. Werewolf, Exploring Wildness. I like this one too. This one's nice. Reminds me of my fiance. Winter, The Sacredness of Pausing. I really like this one as well. I don't know what it is about it. I like it a lot. The Witch and Zombie, which represents control. Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to show you, because I don't have a lot of time, how they shuffle. And of course, they are a little difficult and hard on the wrist because they're so large. I mean, my hands are big. So usually I'll turn them this way and shuffle like this. But if we do shuffle this way, you notice that they bend very easily. Okay, so that's all I really mean when I say that they're a little bit more flimsy, a little bit more flexible, whatever way you want to look at it. You know, if you're a rifle shuffler, then you probably, you know, you probably appreciate that aspect of the deck. So we're going to go ahead and pull a card and see what we get. Skeleton, strength. Okay, real quick. We don't have a lot of time, but I will real quickly let you know what this means. So, skeleton. On the outside is flesh, on the inside is bone. There is strength in vulnerability, in power we have grown. So dare to show strength and vulnerability if that is what you really feel. Shame, pride, grudges, or embarrassment are hefty burdens that need not be carried through the darkest of nights. So there you have it. There is skeleton. So that is the Halloween Oracle, guys, by Stacy Demarco. Again, this was 18 and some change on Amazon.com. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Halloween Oracle, and please like, share, subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos, and I'll see you soon.